Michael, or Mickey, as you know, Mickey the drink, he's...
All right, Blake, today is our mystery dip once again. You pick the number, and that's the reaction we're going to be doing. From 1 to 12, what are we filming today?
So today I'm feeling pretty good. Today's the day that I think we're going to do number 1.
Get excited for several reasons.
Yeah, I started excited. This is my excited face.
Would I lie to you?
Yeah.
This is my...
Oh, good. Yeah, we haven't had one of them in a while.
Featuring Big Bobby Morts, Bob Mortimer.
Love the Big Bobby Morts.
And that's all I can tell you. I didn't even write down the person's name. I just know it's a Bob Mortimer clip. This is my. So let's find out.
Please welcome this week's special guest, Michael.
Hey! Hey! It's me!
Right, we'll start
Looks like me too.
Diane, what is Michael to you?
This is Michael. I once punched him in the face because I thought he was a ghost.
Bob, how do you know Michael?
This is Michael, and after cutting his hair, I got a job on a campsite as a hairdresser.
And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Michael?
This is Michael. Together, we helped free a donkey that had trapped itself in the cubicle of a seaside toilet.
So there we have it. Is Michael
Let's rule that one out.
Diane's ghostly guy, Bob's campsite client, or Lee's donkey do-gooder? David's team, where would you like to start?
Well, Diane, where were you when you mistook Michael for a ghost?
I was backstage at the Theatre Royal Bath.
And what were you doing there?
I was in a play.
What happened? You were in the dark, waiting to go on the wings?
I was in the wings.
In the wings, waiting to go on?
And I'd been told a ghost story about this, that the Theatre Royal Bath is haunted.
What was the story?
Well, that the theatre was haunted. They said that about once a week, this ghost, a man with white hair, would float around the theatre.
So you heard
So
that
then
story?
I'm standing in the wings.
Uh-huh.
I turn round and I see... Well, I know it's Michael now, but at the time I thought it was the ghost because of the hair. And I sort of inadvertently punched him.
And what was he wearing?
He was wearing quite dark clothes because he was, you know, working backstage. He looked like he was kneeling on some sort of prop. So he looked like he didn't have any legs. That's what made me think, oh, my God, it's the ghost.
So he sort of sidled up and knelt on something.
Yeah.
I have to say, I have slightly less sympathy for Michael now. I realise that what he did is he sort of crept up behind you and knelt there. That is slightly creepy behaviour, isn't it? Yeah.
I did ask him why he was kneeling on the bookcase.
Yeah. I imagine at that point he was also asking you why you hit him.
Yeah.
Did he answer you? Was he able to say why he was kneeling on there?
Yeah. He said there weren't any chairs backstage.
All right, who next?
OK,
All right, what are your thoughts on that story?
I'm going to say it's false.
Yeah, I think that's definitely false. There's nothing about it that rang true.
You know it's a ghost. Why would you try and punch it? It's going to go through it.
That's a very good point. It's either a ghost and you can't punch it, or it's not a ghost and you're punching an innocent person.
Like, yeah.
One thing I've noticed, we saw her pop up briefly with the cat that travelled 100 miles story a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
I don't know if it's just her, like, comedic delivery, or she just feels like all the time she's just contractually obliged to be there. Isn't particularly keen or excited. Like, she's very low energy. I wonder if that's just her vibe, though.
She's just got these lifeless eyes that just tell the story of, well, I'm here, I'm getting through it, and it is what it is.
So we don't believe her story. Just from the get-go, we don't believe Lee's story, even though we haven't heard it yet, and Bob's there. So I think we know where this is going to land, but let's find out.
Yeah, for sure.
Bob, you cut Michael's hair, and this was on a campsite.
Yeah.
How did you come to... Because you're not a hairdresser, are you?
I'm a hairdresser, David.
You previously worked as a
he is.
hairdresser, had you?
I'm from a family, I'm the youngest of 4 boys. And in my family tradition is that the eldest is a priest, then a lawyer, then a teacher, and then a hairdresser. So it fell to me to take up the scissors. I was given my first set of scissors when I was 13.
I actually had a pair of scissors when I was younger than that.
Were you the fourth child?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was more for, cutting out bits of coloured paper.
Oh, these were Japanese steels. These were Yasakis.
Right, OK. So you were given these hairdressing scissors at the age of 14?
Yes.
Had you undergone any further training or just were encouraged to experiment?
Well, here's the rub. Because Michael, or Mickey, as you know, Mickey the drink, he's...
Why is he called Mickey the drink?
Anyway, so, he was one of the first people that I ever gave a haircut to as a young boy. He was one of my friends. And then, fast forward to 1982. I go to the World Cup in Spain. There was Michael, Billy the Pigeon... Gentle Kenneth.
Billy the Pigeon?
Gentle Kenneth, yeah.
Why is he called Billy the Pigeon? Always found his way home.
No, he's a pigeon. Because he had like a fat chest. We all went to Spain. We were on the campsite for the England fans. I, as always, gave Mickey his haircut. And the one-man army from Nottingham, the Nottingham Forest fan, caused all the trouble out there. He demanded that he had a haircut.
What trouble did he cause out there?
Well, for example, he rushed to the cafe that we're in and threw a coin like that. Could have damaged anyone. Luckily, it went straight in the slot machine and won the jackpot. I've just put on it. It was really rather simple story. So I cut Mickey's hair, I'd done since he was 13.
So you'd cut his hair regularly. You first did when he was 13.
When he was 13, one of the first people.
You were his regular hairdresser.
No, that would be a lie, but I would always cut Mickey's hair.
Yeah.
I was seen doing this, and before you knew it, over the course of the next 10 days, I probably did 50 to 60 haircuts.
And were you paid for these haircuts?
I probably was, but in kind.
Right.
Oh,
Because... The only thing any of these English fans could say was huevo solo, and that got you an egg sandwich. And I seem to remember that people, because I was cutting hair, it was always in the morning, that someone would bring me, "Oh, mate, you're busy cutting hair, you have a huevo solo."
So you're paid in egg sandwiches?
I think maybe I was.
And you did 50 haircuts over, how many days?
I think that was probably 8 days.
So you're having 50 egg sandwiches over 8 days?
I mean, I'm interested in the haircuts themselves.
Yeah.
Was there a signature style? It was the early 80s. Were there mullets going on? I mean, what was the look?
It was a feathered look. I was expert. It was called, where I'm from, it's called the foffer. You'll probably think of it like Rod Stewart.
Oh, it's a lovely look.
Layered at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you still cut hair now?
Oh, not so much now, Robert. To be honest with you, I can't do the new cuts.
What? Did you hear that? I can't do the new cuts.
Oh, man. Bob has warped our minds so much. As ridiculous as that story is, the more ridiculous they got, the more I'm like, yep, no, this definitely happened. Of course he cut like 50 or 60 haircuts in a week. A signature Bob story, someone the pigeon, Mickey the drink. The names are crazy. The situation is even crazier, which makes me feel like, of course, it exists and is real in the cartoon world that is Bob Mortimer.
Oh, man. Like, it has to be, right? Even if it's not true, I'm going to say it's true because he deserves the victory from that spew.
We haven't even questioned the fact that his mate just threw a coin across the room. It landed in a slot machine and won the jackpot. But before anyone says anything, we do understand that, like, Bob will embellish a story for a bit of a joke. And that,
Yes.
even if it turns out to be Bob, obviously that part of it's not true and the names are made up. That's fine as well. For the most part, a lot of them. Actually, not for the most part, but some of his are made up because he doesn't like to use the real names. If this was the very first time we ever saw Bob Mortimer, we're instantly ruling out this story. But now it's top ranked. It's top ranked so far. Yeah. All right, let's find out Lee's donkey story.
So, Lee, tell us your story.
I was at the seaside. I went to...
Whereabouts?
Blackpool.
When was this?
This was last year, believe it or not.
Last year?
Only last year since the last series and why it hasn't cropped up so far.
Fair enough, yeah.
On holiday, or were you summer seasoning?
Summer seasoning?
Doing a summer season?
I'm not a juggler.
Or were you...
They have comedians in Blackpool.
Or were you giving a keynote speech at the Conservative Party conference?
All right, I was doing a summer season. No, I was on a little weekend break. I decided to take my family to Blackpool.
What sort of loos are these?
Public toilets on Blackpool seafront.
So you go into the loo...
I go into the loo to use the toilet.
Where's the donkey?
The donkey is in the cubicle. The door was shut, and I did that thing where I looked underneath, and I just saw... I said, you belong, mate.
Which way was the donkey?
Which way?
Which way in was he?
He was actually facing outwards, so the bottom was stuck in the cubicle, and the head was sticking out the front.
So he reversed in, did he?
No, he didn't reverse in. The toilet reversed up to him. Yes, he reversed in. OK. It turns out someone had witnessed this happen.
Yeah.
He'd gone into the toilet.
Who is this person who witnessed this happen?
It was some guy was in there.
Some other guy, not Michael.
There's a guy...
And he goes, I tell you what's happened here.
Yeah.
This donkey, and what did he say?
I walked in and I went, blimey, there's a donkey stuck in the cubicle. And the man told us, this donkey has wandered in from the beach, you know, where they do the donkey rides, and then someone had used the hand dryer, and he's freaked, ran round, got disorientated, and then reversed into a cubicle. And at this point now, Michael was in there, because the other fellow went out. He said, I'm not dealing with it, I've got to go.
I'm just the one that's here to explain the scenario.
He said, the guy said, I'm not dealing with this one, I've just got a leopard out of the sink. You can do this one. So he goes out, and the donkey's back end was literally stuck inside the cubicle.
How did you get the donkey out?
I pulled the reins as hard as he had reins. That's why we knew he wasn't a wild donkey. There's a lot of wild donkeys as well. I'm pulling at his reins like that, and Michael sort of tried to lean over the back, and he had his beach towel with him, and gently gave him a little, I wouldn't say a whip, that would be hard, but enough to make him try and come forward. But it just didn't work. We could not get this donkey out.
Right.
Died.
Oops, fell off.
Join us next week. Oh, what a legend!
Yeah. At least it was the right way in to use the loo.
Yes, perhaps he was using the loo. That's why he wouldn't come out. He needed the loo.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
I say donkey, I mean fat bloke. I remember I was a fat bloke and I wanted to use the donkey. And he had one of those funny little Blackpool masks on of a donkey. It's all coming back to me now. I got arrested. I did 3 months in Parkhurst. I remember the story.
He's in 3 months in Parkhurst. But since we last did the show...
Michael is a prison officer.
So there we are. We need an answer.
I cannot believe this is going to turn out to be Bob is true. Telling the truth.
I gotta take it. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with Lee Mack's story just then.
Really?
It seemed more believable than at the start.
To me, it didn't seem believable at all to me. There were a couple of elements he threw in there that I thought that was clever, but 90% of this story is going off the rails and it's definitely not true. And you are laughing the whole time. This did not happen.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely Bob for me and you as well.
I think it's definitely Bob, yeah. Even though Bob's is also the strangest story still out of the three. It's got to be Bob. It's got to be Bob.
I just can't he just seems like such a Family Guy character. You know, his mind is just... It's a cutaway from Family Guy, because it's not like... Things don't make sense in that world. You can't, things, and it's just very much his world.
It's an amazing world that we should all be so lucky to live in if we could. All right, let's find the results out.
Yeah. David's team. Is Michael Diane's ghostly guy, Bob's campsite client, or Lee's donkey do-gooder?
Well, what do you think?
See, when I heard Diane's story, I thought that was a lie. And then I heard Bob's story, Lee's story, and then suddenly Diane's story seems a little bit more real.
I think it's Bob. I think giving your man a haircut is the truth.
50 haircuts in a week, paid in egg sandwiches.
I don't know that you can do that hairstyle with one pair of scissors. I'm from a family of hairdressers, and I just don't think you can do Rod Stewart.
Family of hairdressers.
Scissors,
Did you have more than one pair of scissors with you?
No, my response to that, Nadiya, is a family of not very good hairdressers. Two sets of scissors?
He looks round about Bob's age.
And Bob's haircut.
Same time.
Yeah.
Can I just say, one final chance? He looks to me like a man who hangs round gentlemen's toilets.
Good job keeping a
Go
straight
with Diane.
face.
Yeah.
Going with Diane.
Go
We're
with
settling.
Diane.
We're settling.
Go
David's
Diane.
team are saying
Yeah.
that it is Diane. Michael, would you please confirm your true identity?
My name is Michael, and Bob gave me a haircut and a cancer.
Of course it is.
We can actually see photographic evidence of Bob cutting Michael's hair. There they are.
Oh, my gosh.
It really did happen. Thank you very much, Michael.
Sitting down.
Just another chapter in the amazing world that is Bob Mortimer's life.
I would not want to be still in those clothes after that haircut. That would annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised he just wasn't shirtless for that one. Good stuff.
Can I have a new brain?
One brain, please.
Oh my god. Oh, that was amazing. Bob, you just know how to do a head in, and I love you for it. What do you guys think of Bob Mortimer? I'm sure you guys have liked some of our other Bob Mortimer videos. If you haven't, click on that link. If not, hit this like button below and let us know. Let your journey begin.
Yeah, guys, the playlist for the Would I Lie to You clips with all the Bob ones is sitting right there. So by all means, check that one out. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one.
Bye, guys.